Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hope you all did your periodic test well. Yes?
Yes,
All got
ma'am.
full marks? All got full marks?
Yes, ma'am.
How many of you got full marks? 20 out of 20?
Ma'am, some misclick I misclicked because I was outside and I was doing on the phone and it misclicked and I by
You have to be very careful, okay? No problem. Better luck next time. A few hands I could see. Very good, very good. And those who lose 1 or 2 marks here and there, see that you score full marks for a next exam. And all turn your videos on. Wasim, Hashid, the same students. I remember very well who all did not turn your videos on last class. Same names I can see now. Okay, without further delay, let me continue with the topic. We were learning about fertilizers and manure. And now we are going to see some differences between fertilizers and manure. The table is given in your textbook also. Same table. I'm going to display it over here. And let's see the different points. And I want you to learn it quickly along with me as we are discussing. You can learn it. Fertilizers and manure. First point. Fertilizer is a man-made inorganic salt. Fertilizer is a man-made inorganic salt. These are artificially synthesized in factories. It's a man-made inorganic salt and these are prepared in factories. And fertilizers does not provide any humus. Humus is the organic matter and this organic matter will increase the fertility of the soil. But fertilizer cannot provide any humus to the soil. That is one main drawback of fertilizer. Next, fertilizers are rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, etc. That means it's possible to get fertilizers rich in a particular nutrient. For example, if the farmer found that the field soil or the soil in his field is lacking in nitrogen. Upon testing, there are different methods by means of which you can test the quality of the soil. And if he finds that nitrogen is lacking, then he can add the fertilizer containing nitrogen alone. But if he finds that nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, 3 of them are lacking, then accordingly he can add. So fertilizers, they are very convenient to apply, to use, or to handle because we get nutrients, specific nutrients in fertilizers. And there are some advantages also for the fertilizers, like it can be transported easily. It doesn't occupy much space. It's very compact. And you can transport it easily. You can handle it easily. You get it in powder form, pellet form, which are rich in nutrients. And seeing the nutrient lacking in the soil, you can add fertilizer rich in those nutrients specifically to the soil so that those nutrients can be regained. But in spite of having all these advantages, they have several drawbacks. They cause pollution, and actually we are using fertilizers to improve the fertility of the soil. But if you use fertilizers, excess amount of fertilizers for a long period of time, it can even spoil the fertility of the soil. It's a major cause of pollution because these are rich in different chemicals. And coming to manure, manure is natural, no chemicals. It's natural and it is formed by the decomposition of cattle dung and plant residues, farm waste, the domestic waste, cattle dung, all these get decomposed and they form what you call as manure. Okay. And these can be prepared in the fields. We don't have to set up any factories for preparing manure. Even in the backyard of your house, you can prepare, or you can dig a compost pit and you can prepare manure there. It provides a lot of humus, so much of organic matter it provides, which will increase the fertility of the soil. But the drawback is that we don't have manure, or these manure is not rich in, or this particular substance, that is manure, is not rich in any specific nutrient. Suppose we cannot separate the manure, this manure is rich in nitrogen, or we cannot say this particular manure is rich in phosphorus. It will be a mixture. Small amount of all these nutrients will be present in different amounts. It's a mixture of all these nutrients will be present in manure. It's not specific in any plant nutrients. And it's very bulky, difficult to transport, difficult to apply. All those points are there. But in spite of that, its advantages are more. It doesn't cause any pollution. It's completely natural and increases the humus content of the soil. Now, once again, we will compare these two. And children, another point to remember, whenever you are asked to write some similarities or differences, always write the differences based on the same parameters. Suppose you are asked to write one difference between fertilizer and manure. First point, fertilizer is a man-made inorganic salt. And under manure, you will write, it provides a lot of humus to the soil. Will you get marks for difference, children?
No.
Will you get any marks? You will get 0 marks. This point is correct and this point is also correct. But it is not a difference. You have to write the differences based on the same parameters. If you are writing, it is man-made, then you have to write about that it is, you have to say that it is a natural substance. And if you're saying where it is being prepared, then for manure, you have to say where it can be prepared. If you are dealing with the humus content of fertilizer, accordingly under manure also you should mention about it. So whenever you write differences, write it based on the same parameters. Don't forget, otherwise you will simply lose marks even if the points are correct. Okay. Now, once again, fertilizer is a man-made inorganic salt, whereas manure is a natural substance. Just a minute. Manure is a natural substance. Fertilizer is a man-made inorganic salt. And manure is formed by the decomposition of cattle dung and plant residues. Inorganic means it is not obtained from any living matter, or it doesn't contain, or these are not carbon containing. Or just understand, it doesn't contain, or it is not prepared from living matter. In manure, the living matter, when it gets decomposed, plant and animal waste, they'll get changed to manure. So fertilizer is a man-made inorganic salt. Manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle dung and plant residues. Fertilizer prepared in factories, manure prepared in fields. Fertilizer does not provide any humus. Manure provides a lot of humus. Fertilizers are rich in plant nutrients, whereas manure is less rich in plant nutrients. So these are the 4 differences between manure and fertilizers. Any doubt? Any doubt? So we are moving on to the next one, crop rotation. Now let's see what is meant by crop rotation. Before the farmer starts to cultivate, he will plan the order in which he has to cultivate the crops. So here in this example, you can see year 1 corn, year 2 oat, year 3 wheat, year 4 clover. So he has fixed a plan beforehand. But here, this is for 4 years. He planned it for 4 years. First year, 1 crop, second year, another crop. It's not necessary that we have to plan for several years. Even within the same year, during different seasons, he can cultivate different crops. Same year, first season or the first 3 months, a particular crop, then once it is harvested, another crop. So that farmer will decide beforehand. It's not after harvesting 1 crop, he's thinking, oh, what should I plant over here? It's not like that. Beforehand, before starting cultivation itself, he will plan. What are the crops? In which order I have to cultivate? Which one first? Which one second? So that he will plan. Even for several years or even within the same year, he will decide the choice of crops. growing different crops on the same field in a pre-planned succession. Pre-planned, he plans it beforehand. Succession means the order, which one should come first, which one should come next. So that he will decide beforehand. Growing different crops on the same field in a pre-planned succession is known as crop rotation. And next point, very important. Growing legumes in one season and cereal crops like wheat in the next season will help in replenishing the soil with nitrogen. So if we are growing legumes, pulses, pea, gram, all these, okay, any of the clover, here in this example, clover is an example for, it's a fodder crop. It's an example for a leguminous plant, okay? And growing legumes in one season, and then once it is harvested, if he is growing a wheat or any cereal, wheat or any of the cereal crops, it will help in replenishing the soil with nitrogen. You know that already the soil will be having nutrients. But if you plant crops, the crop plants will absorb these nutrients and there will be scarcity of nutrients in the soil. And how legumes can compensate this? Why it is said so? Can anybody give me the answer? Why always farmers prefer to include leguminous crop in between some cereal crops? Do you know you have learned before in class 7?
Ma'am, it has nutrients.
Which one?
Leguminous.
Cereal crops or leguminous plants?
Leguminous.
And what is special about the root nodules? Why do they have, or what is there?
Nitrogen.
Inside that nitrogen is there? Inside that nitrogen is there, children? What is there exactly inside? Some organisms. Which organism? A microorganism. I'm giving you clue. Bacteria. Which bacteria?
Fungus.
I said it is bacteria. Then you are saying it is fungus. Quickly. Who can say? I'll give you a clue. The name of the bacteria starts with R. Rhizobium. And why rhizobium bacteria are present there? How do they help the plants? Why they are lodging that bacteria there? Yes?
To produce nitrogen.
Is it nitrogen that they are producing? We have plenty of nitrogen in the atmosphere.
Nitrate.
Can you tell me? Correct. Faizan, I'll come to that. Children, what is the percentage of nitrogen in the atmosphere?
78.
70. Such a huge percentage. But still, why the plant should depend upon these bacteria for nitrogen?
Ma'am, they make this into nitrate so that the plants can use it.
Exactly. Atmospheric nitrogen, which is 78%, is in the form of gas. Plants cannot use this gaseous form of nitrogen. They need it in the soluble form, and they take it from the soil along with water. We need it, or the plants need it in the form of nitrates or nitrites in the compound form. So these bacteria will help in converting atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen compounds. And this nitrogen or these nitrogen compounds can be utilized by plants. So are they helping them? Are these bacteria helping plants?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Are we also indirectly benefited by this? Yes, because only if plants prepare food, we will also get a share of it. Plants are the producers. Whether it is directly or indirectly, we all are dependent on plants for our food. So within the root nodules of nitrogen, I'll draw the rough sketch of the same. Just assume these are the roots. And root nodules means some bubble-like or sac-like structures. So these are root nodules. Okay, some round bubble like. Okay, structures. And if you enlarge one, you can find inside these some bacteria are present. We call them as rhizobium bacteria. Remember, rice spelling is different. What you had for lunch, rice, that is RICE. But still, if you can remember that, you will easily remember the name of this bacteria. Definitely spelling is different, don't forget that. Rhizobium bacteria present inside the root nodules, and they will trap atmospheric nitrogen, which is in the form of gas, and convert them into nitrogen compounds and add it to the soil, from where plants can absorb them. Okay, got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Rhizobium bacteria present in the root nodules of leguminous plants, they will help in fixing atmospheric nitrogen. Fixing atmospheric nitrogen means converting atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen compounds. That is meant by fixing of nitrogen. Converting atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen compounds. Children, it can be asked as a reasoning question. Farmers grow legumes in between cereal crops. Give reason. The reason is this: growing leguminous plants will help in enriching the soil with nitrogen, because their root nodules have rhizobium bacteria, which will convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen compounds, which the plants can use. Or else you can say they will help in fixing nitrogen. Is it clear? Is that clear, children?
Yes.
Faizan, Gauri Priya, Ihan, Anna Binu, Emmanuel, Akash. Yes. I want to see your face. Only then I'll be happy. Your face, you know, when I see a video, I feel so happy. Yes.
Ma'am, can we show once more?
Yes, I will. After a quick review, I will show. Otherwise, we may not get time. I'll show you all the points. Journal, give me one difference between manure and fertilizers. If you can quickly give me the points, we'll see the slides again. Journal, any one difference. Others get ready with the other differences. Those who are ready can raise your hands. Yes, journal. Surja, not well?
Yes, sir, I have a
Okay, take care, take care. Yes, journal.
Fertilizer is a man-made inorganic salt.
Okay, what about manure?
Manure is a natural substance obtained by decomposing of cattle,
Dung and also plant waste, plant and animal waste in general, you can say. Second point, who will say? Rinon? Why Hashir, Agash? See, 1 minute. If I don't see your video, I will not mark attendance. Again, I am repeating. Yes, who is going to say the second point? Yes, Miss Yad. Miss Yad.
fertilizer is made in factory,
Very good. Manure
in the fields.
can be made in the fields. Now, point number 3. Yes, Gopika Shankar.
Fertilizers does not provide any humus to the soil.
Yes.
But
And
manure provides a lot of humus to the soil.
very good. Next point, who is going to say? Nobody's there. Hashir. Okay, Hashir is having network issues. Last class
Ma'am, can
also
I
you
say-
had. Last class also you were having the same. Before that also you had. Yes, who is
Ma'am,
Faizan?
can I say? Ma'am, fertilizers are rich in plant nutrients like
Very good.
nitrogen, but manure is less
Rich in plant nutrients. One more point, or we said all the 4?
We said all the 4.
Okay. Then crop rotation. All the 3 said, all the 4 we said, no? All the 4 points listed. Yes, no, Gopika, Parvati, third name?
Ma'am Amrita.
You, all the 3 said it together, no? That is what I said. All the 3 said together. We have said all the 4 points. Okay. Then Noor Al Haya, what is crop rotation?
Growing different crops on the same field in pre-plant succession is known as
Pre-plant
crop rotation.
succession. Once again.
Growing different crops on the same field in a pre-plant succession.
Hope you understood what is pre-plant succession. The farmer will decide in which order he has to plant the crops, which one should come first, and after harvesting, which one he needs to plant next. All that he will decide beforehand. And why farmers prefer legume in between cereal crops? Ashwin? Ashwin? Ashwin, why no response? I'm not able to hear you. Hiba, Fatima?
Can I say?
Wait. Hiba?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, tell me.
Growing legumes in one season and cereals like
Don't
wheat.
read, dear. You say what you have understood. Let it be wrong. I'm here to correct you. You don't read it. Say it in your own words.
So in the next season, the soil can help to replenish.
Which nutrient will be replenished in the soil? Which nutrient? Name it. Starting with the N, nitrogen. How nitrogen reaches the soil when you grow leguminous plants? What do they have? Leguminous, any speciality for their roots? Hiba? They have? What do you call it? Root nodules. What it is? Root nodules. What are present in the root nodules, Hiba? Wait. What are present there, Hiba? Which microorganism? B. Which microorganism? Which microorganism is starting with the letter B? Who will help her?
Ma'am, can I say?
Yes, Faizan.
Rhizobium bacteria.
Rhizobium bacteria. Repeat, Hiba.
Rhizobium bacteria.
Rhizobium, B, okay? Not D, rhizobium bacteria. And what is the role of this rhizobium bacteria, Sneha? What is the role of rhizobium bacteria?
Ma'am, rhizobium bacteria converts nitrogen into nitrate.
Nitrates and nitrites or nitrogen compounds. Very good. Okay. So let me take the attendance. And who wants to see the slides again? Okay. Which slide? Only crop rotation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will show it, and by the time I'll be taking attendance also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. See you next class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.